Red meat, perhaps more than almost any other food, has become a flashpoint in modern nutrition debates, a once prized symbol of strength and vitality, now often spoken of in the same breath as heart disease, cancer, and environmental collapse. Over the past few decades, countless studies and media headlines have painted red meat in ominous tones, warning that its consumption could lead to an early grave. Faced with this barrage of fear, many have abandoned red meat entirely, lumping it together with processed junk and treating it as a reckless indulgence best reserved for rare occasions, if at all. Yet, as with so many subjects in nutrition, the truth about red meat is not so simple. When we look deeper, beyond sensational headlines and oversimplified conclusions, we see that not all red meat is created equal. Lean cuts from healthy, grass-fed animals are a far cry from the highly processed, grain-fed, feedlot-sourced meat products that dominate fast food menus and supermarket shelves. Real, high-quality red meat offers profound nutritional benefits, supplying essential nutrients in forms that are difficult to match through plant foods alone. One of the most critical gifts of red meat is its rich supply of heme iron, the form of iron most easily absorbed by the human body. Iron is not optional. It is essential for creating hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout the body. Without enough iron, fatigue, weakness, impaired cognitive function, and weakened immunity inevitably follow. While plant sources offer iron too, the non-heme form is less efficiently absorbed, and absorption can be further inhibited by common compounds found in plants such as phytates and polyphenol. Alongside iron, red meat is one of the most potent sources of vitamin B12, an absolutely vital nutrient for nerve function, DNA synthesis, and energy production. B12 is virtually absent in plant foods, making red meat a crucial ally for maintaining neurological health, especially in populations prone to deficiency, such as older adults, vegetarians, and individuals with absorption issues. Beyond these critical nutrients, red meat from grass-fed animals also delivers high-quality complete protein, supporting muscle maintenance, tissue repair, and hormonal health. Grass-fed beef, in particular, contains a better balance of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids compared to conventional beef, and higher levels of antioxidants like vitamin E and glutathione, which help to combat oxidative stress in the body. However, to speak only of these virtues without delivering sober warnings would be irresponsible. The risks associated with red meat are real, but they are deeply tied to factors such as quantity, quality, preparation methods, and overall dietary context. Heavy consumption of processed meats like bacon, sausages, and deli cuts, often laden with nitrates, nitrites, and harmful preservatives, has been repeatedly linked to higher risks of colorectal cancer, cardiovascular disease, and metabolic disorders. Similarly, cooking red meat at high temperatures, such as grilling or frying until charred, can create harmful compounds like heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, which are suspected carcinogens. Even unprocessed red meat, when consumed in excessive quantities and without balancing the diet with fiber-rich vegetables, fruits, and other whole foods, may contribute to inflammation and disrupt metabolic health. Moderation, balance, and method matter deeply. Choosing lean cuts, practicing gentler cooking techniques like stewing or slow roasting, and filling the plate generously with plant foods can mitigate much of the potential harm while preserving the tremendous benefits. Another crucial consideration is the environmental and ethical dimension. Industrial-scale meat production is a significant driver of greenhouse gas emissions, deforestation, and water depletion. Factory-farmed animals often live in appalling conditions, subjected to inhumane treatment and heavy antibiotic use. Supporting regenerative agriculture, grass-fed operations, and local, small-scale farms helps align personal health choices with a broader ethic of stewardship and compassion. In this more complete view, red meat regains its rightful place, not as a demon, but as a powerful food that demands respect, discernment, and responsibility. When chosen wisely and consumed thoughtfully, lean, grass-fed red meat offers vitality, strength, and a sense of deep nourishment that speaks to our ancestral roots. It is a food that connects us to tradition, to the rituals of harvesting, cooking, and sharing that once shaped human communities. There is something undeniably primal, almost sacred, in preparing a simple cut of meat with care, seasoning it lightly, searing it gently, and serving it alongside the bounty of the earth. In such moments, eating becomes not an act of guilt or fear, but one of gratitude and balance. Red meat reminds us that health is not built on rigid extremes or fearful avoidance. It is built on wisdom, knowing when to embrace the gifts of nature, when to temper them with restraint, and always approaching food with reverence for the profound role it plays in sustaining both body and soul.